In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to translate your WordPress website for free using a WordPress translation plugin. The plugin is called Convey This, and it uses machine translation to translate your entire site for free, up to 5,000 words. With paid plans, you can get a lot more words, but for small websites, you can definitely translate the entire thing with this plugin. And it does a pretty good job with the machine translation, but the stuff that it misses, you can go in and manually translate those in the back end. It's super simple to use. I'm going to show you how to use it. The developers reached out to me to create this tutorial, so it's a sponsored tutorial, and we're getting started right now. Hey, what is going on? My name is Bjorn. If you're into WordPress and learning tips and tricks and getting better at it, make sure you click subscribe, then the bell notification icon so you don't miss anything, and check out our Facebook group, linked to in the description down below, where we help each other with WordPress. And with that out of the way, let's head into the screen capture. I'll see you there. So to try this translation plugin, I've created a couple demo pages. This one is a blog post taken from my website, wplearninglab.com, and it's just images, text, and a full blog post. And down here we have the comment section, the regular Power by WordPress footer from the 2017 theme, and the right sidebar. We're going to see how much of this is translated automatically with this plugin. And I also created a Elementor page. This is just a template from Elementor. I want to see how much of the text on this page the plugin can pick up and translate for us. So to get started, let's install the plugin. Let's go to the dashboard, go to plugins, go to add new, search for Convey This. And the one we want is this plugin right here from the Convey This translation team. I'm doing this on a demo site, so I'm fine with just installing it straight up like this. If you want to back up your site files and database first, it's always a good idea. There's a link in the description down below to a tutorial to help you do that. When you're ready, click on Install Now, and then Activate. Now we have to configure the plugin. We have a warning up here. Click on the configuration page link, and we need an API key very first of all. To get the API key, just click on Convey This, and we're going to create a free account on the Convey This website. The reason we need a free account on their website is because all the translation is done on their servers. This reduces the load on your servers, which is awesome. So we just fill in our name and our email address, pick a fancy password. I'm going to generate one. That one looks pretty good. Then click on Register. Now we're going to get an email. So let's open up that email. With this email, we're confirming our email address and activating our account. Just click on this button to do that. This is the page you come to when you confirm your account. Click on the login link here or on the top right, and then we are auto logged in. We're on the free plan currently. We have up to 5,000 words we can translate. This is 5,000 words in total translated on your site with one language, and the number of page views you can have of those translated pages is also 5,000. If you need more of any of those, just check out the plans, and then you can pay a monthly fee and you can have much more. But first, let's translate a page. So we get this API key right here. Going to click on copy, go back to our plugin, going to paste it in right here. Now we're going to pick our language, our source language, which is English in my case, and our target language. There's a lot to choose from. We can only choose one in our free plan. So I'm going to pick German, which is a language I know, so I can kind of confirm a little bit how well the translation went. And what happens once you pick a language, it adds it to the preview. So here we have English and German. This is going to show up on the page in just a minute. Let's go to show more options. Here we can choose different flag styles. Currently it's a rectangular flag. You can have square or circle. I like the circle myself. You can choose the amount of text. English is the full word, or the language name is a full word, or just a shortened version, or without text. I'm going to keep it as full text. You can choose the position on the page, top right or bottom right. I'm going to choose bottom right. You can change the indenting. Say you publish it and you find it's not in the right spot in the page. You can change the indenting value here to move it around a little bit. For SEO, we are going to add the href-lang tags to all pages. If you're not sure what that means, it's actually quite important for translated pages. Google created the href-lang tag, and it basically is there to tell search engines that there is an alternate version of the page in a different language. For example, if you have an English page that ranks well, but someone who has their browser set to German language or who has an IP in Germany, they will be searching Google and your page in English may come up. But if you have an href-lang tag and you have a German version, the English version will not show up to the German viewer. The German version will, right in the search results. So they'll see your German page or your Hindi page or your Cantonese or Mandarin or Spanish or whatever. But if you have the href-lang tag, Google and search engines try to show the appropriate page in the appropriate language that most likely suits whoever's searching. We also change the flags down here. We can choose the language and then select a different flag for that language if we want to. So here, just by accident, I changed the English to the Afghani flag. Maybe I'll change it to Canada because I write in Canadian English. Let's click on Save Changes. And now that we've saved changes, the API keys in, translation has already started. Believe it or not, it's already started. So if I go to this page and I refresh, there's nothing in the bottom corner down here right now, but if I refresh this page, we should have a little widget appear. And there's our widget. We're currently on the English page. Let's just change this to German and see what happens. If you look at the timestamp, the amount of time that's gone by is very minimal. So currently we are on a different URL now. We're at the DE subcategory or subdirectory and the same page slug that we had. And translation has started. We can see the right sidebar is starting to come up in German. None of this text is yet, but that shouldn't take long for that to happen. We'll come back to that in a minute. Let's go check out the Elementor page we created. Let's refresh to get our widget down at the bottom, and let's change this to German. So here we started as well. We have our menu at the top, starting to be translated, and the rest of the page not yet. So let's let this run for a few minutes, and when I come back, it should all be translated. So we're back, and pretty much everything's been translated. At least everything that I can see has been translated. The text overlaying on the images has been translated. The menu system, even they put the 2 dots on the O in my name on the WordPress menu system up here. All the headlines, all the subheadlines, all the text. It keeps the same fonts, keeps all the same font styles, all the same font colors, just translates the words. It does not translate words on images. That would be a miracle. That would be awesome if it could, but that technology is probably a little while away. But everything else looks like it's been translated. Buttons, here's another image, special offer. That's not been translated. You could do this with CSS and have special offer translated as well. That'd be much more hands-off, especially if you're translating to many, many different languages. It could be quite a pain to make special images for each language page. So it'd be better to do that with CSS. Even the placeholders in the form have been translated. The button, the content down here, the button down here. Even the copyright at the bottom has been translated. So that's pretty awesome. Did a great job on this page. And this is all machine translation. So it just takes a few minutes and machines translate it. So it's not 100%. And I'm going to show you how to fix possible errors in just a minute. The main page, or the Gutenberg page, let's let that refresh. And this has been translated as well. It got the month up here, put the 2 dots over my name again, over the O. All the links on the the right-hand side links, the headlines throughout, the content throughout, the edit button. This is only visible for someone logged into the WordPress site as an admin or an editor. The form down here, the comment form, the whole thing, even proudly powered by WordPress, now says Starts von WordPress gebaut, which is proudly built with WordPress in German. So that's pretty awesome. Now, if you find that things aren't translated perfectly, you can change them. So if we go back into our plugin here, plugin settings on the website, you can click on the link, edit my translations, and that goes to the place where you edit your translations. Or if you log into the dashboard on the plugin website, go to my translations. Here it's going to list all the domains you're translating. If you click on translations, it'll show you all the pages on that domain that have been translated. In my example, 2 pages. And if we go into the main page, they're both the same, just going to have different text on them, but they both appear the same. So, and the cool thing about this plugin that I haven't seen on any other translation plugin is you can change what's being translated and it updates in real time on your site. So on the left-hand side, we have the source. On the right-hand side, we have the translation. And this is all the text on this specific page that's been translated. And it lists everything. And if you find, let's find a longer text block here. Those are all pretty short. If you find one of these is not correctly translated or not translated to how you'd like it. So let's just take this one. I'm a text block. So let's find this text on the page. It's going to copy that, go to our page, go Command F or Control F to find the page. So that's the text is right down here. And now let's say that that's not correctly translated. And text block, for example, is not a German word. It's kind of a jargon term that probably doesn't have a word in German. Or maybe it's something jargony, I don't even know what it would be. But let's say German has a lot of E's on the end of things. So let's add an E to the end of block. Then we save at the bottom, and we come back out here, and we refresh this page, and it should be more or less right away where we have an E added to here. Might have to clear the cache or do a hard refresh. Now we just did a regular refresh, and we have the updated text right in here. Here, this one, the button, kostenlos testen, means free trial. So let's look that up. Let's say we want to Englishify this, because a lot of stuff in Germany, believe it or not, is written in English. A lot of Germans don't like that, but it's true. Click on save, and then come back out here, refresh this page, and now this will say free trial. And that's how fast the updates occur. And if you have your page translated into 100 different languages, this is how fast you can make changes in those languages. And the machine translation, as you can see, maybe you can't see if you don't know German, but it's pretty accurate. So if you were wanting to translate your website, what you could do is use a plugin like this, or this specific plugin, translate your entire site using machine translation, which gets really close, and then hire someone to just edit the translations. So they don't have to translate everything word for word, which is really expensive. They only edit what's been translated, and it's pretty accurate already. So you're going to have a lot of time savings and a lot of cost savings by doing your translations that way. And more stuff, that's awesome, is the meta text and attributes tabs. So click on the meta text. This is the meta text of the page. There isn't too much on this page, but if there's more meta text on here, there'll be more to translate. But here we have the title and then the translation of the title. But here you'd see things like the meta description that shows up in search engines, the meta keywords, if you have those on your page somehow, and things like that, that SEO Yoast or other SEO plugins would add to a page. You can translate them here. The attributes are for images and links to special areas like RSS feeds and things like that. You can translate all of those in here. And again, same thing, source on the left, translation on the right. Click into the translation, change it however you see fit, save it. The changes are applied to your page instantly. If we head back to the dashboard, we can then see some stats on how this is being used on our site. We're currently on the free plan. We've translated 1,300 words out of 5,000, and 5,000 is the hard limit for this plan. It does not roll over into next month. So 1,300 words have been translated. If we reach 5,000, we have to upgrade our plan if we want to translate more. So it's very limiting on the free plan, but it's certainly enough to translate a small business website or a small brochure website to at least one different language. So the free plan, we have a limit of one language, and we have German selected, so we have 1 of 1 for that. The page views, we have 5,000 as well. This does roll over, so every month you get more page views, or 5,000 more in the free plan. Currently we're at 31 of 5,000, and currently there are 90 different languages supported. Let's just check out the plugin page on the WordPress repository. There's a link to here in the description down below. So currently there's over 90 languages. The developer told me there's 100, but here it says 90. So it's between 90 and 100, which is a lot. And for small websites, that 5,000 word limit is more than enough to translate the entire site for small websites. And it's free. As you saw, there's no credit card required to sign up, which some providers do require that. There's also a money back guarantee. If we check out the plans really quick, if I can get there. Each of these plans has 100% money back guarantee. And here I see the page views do roll over monthly, but the words do not. And there's even a great discount. I didn't even know this, but this is usually $10. Now it's only $3 per month. That's a huge discount if you want to check that out. There's also the possibility to hire translators through the plugin, so you can do the machine translation. Then you can have experienced translators translate for you through this app as well, or you can hire them externally. It's up to you. Or if you know the language, you can go into the My Translations and translate things yourself. Another important thing is this plugin, it actually scans the page to get the text to translate. Other plugins will go into your database and try to translate through your database. One of the most popular videos on my channel is a plugin called Polylang, which works in the database. It's actually a plugin you install. It does not do machine translation for you. You install it, you have a language switcher like we saw for this one, but then you have to go in and manually create all the translations yourself. And those all go into the database, and it's all pulled from the database, and it all affects site load and all that. Convey This does not go in your database. It scans the page, picks up the content on the page and then translates it and then presents it to your visitors. And one last thing is there's a JavaScript option. This JavaScript option allows you to convey this on just pages you define. So if we keep all these settings and pull these settings right from the website, click on generate code, we can include this just on specific pages. And you can do that with the tutorial I've linked to up above, which is how to include JavaScript on specific pages in WordPress, and it'll translate just those pages. Or you could even paste this into a straight up HTML website and translate those pages, or any other kind of website that allows you to put this template code anywhere before the closing body tag, which is pretty cool. So it's not just WordPress dependent, you can translate any website, really. And the developer also told me they have translation solutions already approved for Joomla and Shopify, so you can use them on those platforms. And BigCommerce and Weebly and others like that are going to be approved in the future. They already have it done, just waiting for approval. So if you use any of those, you can use this plugin as well, or just a JavaScript code. So if you're looking for ways to get your website translated quickly and easily, check out this plugin. It's free, like I said, for small websites, and it's super simple to use. And the great part is you can go in and in real time start editing your translations, and they show up instantly on the website on those translated pages. So make sure you check it out. So that's how it works. I hope this video helps you. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you hit subscribe and the bell notification icon so you don't miss anything, and check out the Facebook group linked to in the comments down below. And next up, let's click on one of these videos that popped up on the right hand side so you get even better at WordPress. And until next time, keep crushing it, and I will see you in the next video.